Hey everybody, how's it going? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome. We are going to do a first of its kind video for me, a trailer breakdown and review. We're downstairs in the man cave. Why are we down here? Because they all float down here. Absolutely love this figure. Coming in number 5. I'm excited to go ahead and talk to you guys about
TDLV 2015, bringing another video.
over at Best Buy. There's Pennywise back there. Just making sure I get this right. All right, everybody. Yes, the very first trailer for Stephen King's It, the remake, got released to the internet today. And, wow. That's all I'm going to say is wow. Where do I begin? This trailer, I've been anticipating this trailer for a very long time. I've known about this movie for quite some time as well. And, they kept talking about the trailer. They kept releasing photos on the internet. And Stephen King himself, got a chance to review the trailer as well as the movie. And he had nothing but great things to say about it. And finally, the wait has paid off. The trailer has come. And, oh my God, like I said, you guys, yeah, I'm blown away. So the original Stephen King's It aired on TV back in 1990 in a 2-part miniseries directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. Excellent cast. Of course, Tim Curry taking on the role of Pennywise the Clown. Phenomenal job. Left such an amazing legacy behind playing this character. We had a great cast in the film. A lot of actors who are really big, in television back in those days, like John Ritter, Richard Thomas, Harry Anderson. The movie worked so perfectly, or, a lot of people refer to it as a movie, even though it's a miniseries, but it worked so well. Everything was done so perfectly. And it is and will always be a favorite of mine. When it comes to the, horror and horror characters, and, it's right up there in my top 10. As you guys seen in the beginning of this video, all the It stuff that I have, all the It items, it's a favorite movie of mine that I will love for the rest of my life. And so, like any horror movie, that gets remade, I'm always, very skeptical, because it's really hard to remake a movie and actually make it work. I mean, offhand, I can't even really think about any remakes that outdid the original. I'm sure there might be one or two that I just can't think of off the top of my head. But it's very difficult because, movies back in the 70s and 80s, and, even early 90s, were done so well in the horror genre. And trying to remake them these days, it's in my opinion, it's hard to make it work. So I'm always skeptical when I see that they're remaking a classic horror movie. And I am like extra skeptical on this one because obviously it's one that's never been done, that people have talked about for years, getting remade. And it's finally here. We're finally going to get to see it. So I'm really hoping it's done right. And so far from what I read and seen, it looks like we're in for a big surprise. Now, I know in a lot of these type review videos, a lot of people will show you the trailer, kind of talk through the trailer. When it comes to like copyright and stuff like that, I've been kind of having issues with doing movie clips and my movie marathons and things like that. So I don't really want to mess around with that. And also, I think it would be a little bit better for those who may have not seen it yet to get the review first and then go in and watch it, because I am going to put the trailer down in the description box below, so you can click on that link and check it out for yourself. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the review and breakdown of this Brand new trailer. Okay, so I gotta say that out of any horror movie trailer I've ever seen, this one scared the shit out of me. Especially this big scene at the end. Just, oh my God, just made me jump out of my seat. So let's talk about the specifics of the trailer itself. So the trailer starts out. We got Georgie and Bill in the bedroom, and Bill's putting together his boat, the SS Georgie. And Georgie thanks Bill for the boat, gives him a hug, and then he heads out into the storm. And of course, puts his boat down into the stream and starts chasing it down the street, just like the original. So, right off the bat, we got a story that's staying true to the original. And as Georgie's heading down, he ends up banging his head, like smashing his head right into this like sawhorse that's like out in the middle of the street for like construction. So he picks himself back up, and then as he continues on, he kind of lost track of the boat, and then he sees it kind of ahead, and it's heading straight for the drain, to the sewer, of course. And Georgie, no, and he heads for it. And then, of course, he gets down on his knees, and, we get that notorious scene where he's looking in the drain, and we all know what's going to happen. We know Pennywise is going to pop up, and he's looking down in the sewer, and it's all black, and then all of a sudden, bam, Pennywise's face is right there, and you only see it for just a glimpse. And then it kind of cuts forward, and I'm thinking it's Bill kind of doing the talking in the very next scene, and he's basically describing how messed up the town of Derry is, the missing kids and the murders that have taken place, and of course it shows a sign on a telephone pole of a missing person, and then you start to kind of see more of the kids. There's a shot of I'm assuming Ben Hanscom in class, the bigger kid, and he kind of looks behind him, and there's this red balloon just kind of floating by, and just creepy elements. And then from there, it takes us to a shot of I think from that point there's a shot of the kids actually like walking down into a sewer. And then you get to another scene of all of them together in a room, and they're watching a projector, and they're watching photos or videos or something, and they're kind of talking about the history of Derry and how they're kind of putting it together, trying to figure out how everything is connected over the year. Over the past years, and how it's all connected through the sewer. And then you hear Bill say that's where it lives. You hear a little bit more talking previous to that, where they're all, kind of, explaining to each other about, their, I'm assuming their encounters with it, and they start talking about a clown, how they are all admitting that they've seen a clown. And then while they're in this projector, in this room watching the projector, all of a sudden the projector just kind of gets taken over and it starts spinning, and they don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden they start seeing these shots up on the screen of different pictures and stuff. And then all of a sudden we get another little glimpse of Pennywise, who basically it's like at first you see it like almost like a mom and dad and a kid in the middle, and then the mom in the picture kind of turns into Pennywise, like underneath the blonde wig or whatever. Obviously, you see another glimpse of his face, cracking a little smile, and it's just so eerie. And then from that point, it goes to a shot where I might have some of this a little backwards, but it gets to another shot of majority of the kids, and they're all looking at this really like creepy looking house. And then you get a nice little, I don't know if you really want to call it music or like a sound effect, where it's just creepy, just like this eerie, kind of remind me of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, those weird sounds, like this weird stuff. And it just sounds so cool, and it just fits so well with the shot of that house. And then kind of after that stuff, we kind of get to the dramatic second half of the trailer where, things become crazy and flashing scenes back and forth. You get a couple little glimpses of Pennywise again. One of a balloon, and you see him behind the balloon. You just see like a third of his face. And then some other quick shots is you get a scene of him walking towards some of the kids, and you see his hand with a clown glove on, but his claws coming through the glove, and oh my god, it's just so freaky. And then it kind of culminates at the end of the trailer, which is the best scene of the trailer. You got Bill down in the sewer, I believe, and Georgie, is standing there talking to him, and he's saying, come join us, Bill. You'll float too. You'll float too. And then he just lets out a scream, you'll float too. And he just starts screaming. And then right there, it cuts to Pennywise, like almost like stop motion, just flying towards the screen, letting out this just hideous scream. And then bam, it goes right to the It logo, and then the I and the T, and then there you go. That's it. And I'm like, God, I'm just like getting goosebumps just talking about it. But I think something else that really stands out with this trailer is just excellent, an excellent music, excellent score in this trailer, and everything just fits so well. The feeling it gives me is just such a comfort feeling, if you will. Like things look appropriate, things look like they're on the right track. And like I said, it's hard to judge, sometimes off of a teaser trailer. But I am really happy again that they didn't really, even though, it's the first trailer, so you're not really supposed to see a lot. And I really like that they didn't, emphasize a lot on really seeing Pennywise. Just quick little, shots here and there. You don't get to hear him talk in the trailer, which is great, because that, you don't want to, just bits and pieces is what I want. I don't want everything spoiled right away, because we're still a ways away from the release date. But excellent music. It just fit the tone and everything so perfectly. I think one of the kids kind of looked familiar to me, but it seems like, from what I see, it's hard to really judge on acting right now of quick little shots, but they seem like they got a good little young cast to play the Lucky Seven, and things are just looking great. I think the trailer was fantastic. There's nothing so far about it that I dislike. I'm excited to see trailer number 2 when we get it. I'm sure it's a little ways off before we see that, possibly even a month or two, who knows. But so far, what I see, right on, just amazing. And it gets me even more excited now to check this out when it comes out. So the release date of this film is September 8th. This film is directed by Andres Muschietti, if I've said that right. A director I don't really know anything about, and I think the other thing that I really like too is the fact that the cast is a very unknown cast. When I look through the cast of the film, I really don't know anybody. Even Bill Skarsgård, I don't really know a lot about him. So I like that when you got a horror movie, and you put known faces in there, it tends to, kind of take away some of the feeling of the horror movie. It loses some of its seriousness, because it's hard to take something serious when you got somebody like a well-known actor right in front of your face that you've seen before, a million times in other movies. And I like the fact that we got a young cast. Now another thing too about this movie is that, like the miniseries, which was a 2-part, where the first part is more focused on the kids dealing with it, and the second half is dealing with more of the adults. That is what they're doing with this film as well. So as far as I know, this first movie that's getting released is actually just the first half of what they're calling a duology. We're going to get the kids' point of view in part 1, and then they are pretty much going to be working on part 2 immediately. And that is going to be the second movie, part 2, where we're going to be getting the adults, side of it, flash forward to present time, and now we're going to see the adults dealing with it, just like they did in the original. So, yeah, so there you go, everybody. That's your my trailer breakdown, what I think about the film. I'm so excited for this film. I'm so far everything looks good. I'm happy. I know that obviously that could change at the drop of a hat, but so far I'm feeling good about it. So, you know, the movie It just means a lot to me. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and I just hope it's done right because, like you've heard 100 times, you don't want to fuck with the original, and I think they're gonna pull this off because it's looking great. So yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thanks so much for watching this video. You know, my first crack at giving a trailer review. Hopefully I'll get a little better with time. You know, you guys let me know what you think down below. But of course, you know, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below of what you think of the trailer. If you haven't seen it yet, it's going to be down in the description. So make sure you click on that link and drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the trailer, what your thoughts of the movie are. Are you looking forward to it? Are you not? Is there anything about the trailer that you didn't like? And make sure you give this video a like, a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you want to see more trailer reviews and movie reviews like this, you know, I enjoy making more if you guys, you know, would like to see it. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you share the video around. Subscribe if you have not. And we'll see you next time. Because they all float down here. Thanks for checking out my channel.